Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on Newsradio 1040 WHO.
Well, as the COVID-19 pandemic rages into its second year, researchers have discovered a new disturbing trend, a rise in diabetes diagnosis. Let's go to Dr. J. Murray Hockings, who is the author of the book, Imagine Living Without Type 2 Diabetes. And Dr. Hockings, this article drew my attention because it seems like at least to me, initially an unlikely connection between COVID-19 and diabetes. What are we seeing? Why is there a connection?
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting because normally people are seeing it the other way, right? Where people who die from COVID, the most common underlying comorbidity is type 2 diabetes. But now they're seeing people who didn't have diabetes who get COVID are now developing diabetes. So the reason that we're seeing because of that is right now in the United States, there's 84 million Americans that have pre-diabetes. So that means those people are literally one step away from becoming a full-blown diabetic. So now they get the COVID diagnosis, which dramatically lowers the immune system when they have that because their body's sick. That can be the thing that kicks them over that edge to now become a full-blown diabetic. That's why we're seeing such an increase in that. So it's really not surprising.
Is it permanent, Dr. Hockings, or do we know? I know all of these things are they're so initial in their findings, but are people coming away with a permanent case of either type 1, type 2 diabetes, or is it temporary? What do we know at this point?
Yeah, well, again, because it's that thing, the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back that kicks somebody over. So for someone to become a pre-diabetic, obviously they were eating the wrong foods, not having the proper lifestyle for a lot of years to get to that category. And so this is that thing that kicks them over the edge. So if they don't do the right steps as far as changing their lifestyle, then it will be permanent. But the great news is there is a way to reverse type 2 diabetes, which we do. But yeah, so it's it makes sense to me doing this for 30 years that now we're seeing this big uptick in diabetic cases now that COVID is there.
Yeah, let's talk about prevention and reversal for Dr. Hockings. First of all, prevention. Is it too late if the COVID-19 is starting to kick you over? Is it too late, and should you prepare now and make lifestyle changes at this point, understanding that this is a risk?
Yeah, people absolutely should. And regardless of whether it's COVID or not, because there's such a high percentage of people that actually have pre-diabetes because of our typical diet. A lot of fast food, a lot of carbs, a lot of dairy, a lot of sugar, a lot of sodas. That's why there's so many pre-diabetics in the country. So definitely people should be taking some common sense steps where they're not just, breakfast is bread and cheese and sandwiches for lunch, and then for dinner it's pasta, and then you have Cokes and all this stuff throughout the day. You do that 10, 15, 20, 30 years, of course you're going to have some consequences of diabetes. So we should all be taking those common sense steps. But you can reverse it if you do get that diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, and that's kind of what we've been doing for the last, 12 years now around the world.
Yeah, you are an expert in the reversal of diabetes, so let's get to that, Dr. Hockings. How can that be done?
Yeah, well, we got our patent issue last year, so it's kind of nice. We're the only company in the world with a patented type 2 diabetes reversal system. And so I just have, there's a lot of things to get into for that, but I have a gift I can give people right now if they want more information. You can just go to this free seminar they can go to at reverseyourdiabetesfast.com, and that's where they can actually learn specific steps they can do to actually make sure they learn how to reverse this disease so it doesn't become an issue. Even if they got the COVID diagnosis and now they have diabetes, they can still reverse it. And that's what's really nice. So just reverseyourdiabetesfast.com, and there's a free seminar they can actually listen to learn how they can help themselves.
He's also the author of the book, Imagine Living Without Type 2 Diabetes, Dr. J. Murray Hockings. Dr. Hockings, great information and timely information today. Thank you.